Welcome to Friday Club Online. Today we have a really special guest, Caron Cloete from Sublime Edition. So, are you getting the balance and success you desire and deserve? Make that change easy by contacting Clarity and Growth Coach Caron Cloete, founder of Sublime Edition. Caron, like myself, worked in the hospitality industry for 30 years. She specialized in training and management roles, specifically on the financial and cash desk side. She worked with over 120 staff, 24/7, 365 days of the year, responsible for millions of brands and doing everything from strategy, budgets, operations, and accounting. Her training, performance management, and motivation skills have prepared her well for working as a clarity and growth coach. As a working mom, Caron has raised two gorgeous girls, whilst her heart for the community has led her to organize fun days and golf days as the chair of the PTA. She has also sat on the board of Lesedi, an educational NPO, and fostered dogs for spaniel welfare. Through her extensive experience and ability to accomplish tasks, Caron now helps others by motivating them to obtain clarity and growth. Welcome, Caron. I'm going to hand over the mic to you. Take it away. Thank you.
David, and good morning to everybody else. Thank you very much for this opportunity to share a little bit about what I do with you. So when you hear the name Sublime Edition, I'm sure you think, okay, well, what's that? And it has a very special meaning. In the dictionary, sublime defines sublime as a little known word that means of very great value or beauty. When referring to attitude or behavior, it means extreme or unparalleled. In chemistry, it refers to a solid that changes directly into a vapor when heated. And spiritually, it means to elevate to a high degree of purity and excellence. And every person deserves to be the most sublime version of themselves. I work with clients to discover their unparalleled value and beauty, to discover the heights of the excellence that they're capable of. And every person deserves to discover that most sublime version of themselves. And I think that changes over time. Sublime describes where you want to be with so many of your hopes and dreams. And as people and as a coach, I know that sometimes we know what we want, but we're really not sure how to get it. Cognitively, we know what to do, but getting started and staying the course and sticking to it is often challenging. And all our good intentions fizzle away over time when life gets in the way. So I'm there for my clients every step of the journey to the most sublime version of yourself. And I can sublime your challenges and limitations away into the vapor and the ether of time. How's that? Okay, so why a clarity and growth coach? Most people have thoughts and ideas and dreams, but they get to the end of a year or a career or a marriage, or they spend 10 years or more in a job and that they absolutely hate. And then they start wondering, what have I missed out on? Why does everybody else get what they want and I don't? So I always say to people, I want to get you the clarity you need for the life that you really want. And I work with people who are motivated but frustrated and ready to move from good to great. And the process that I use is a process called Dream, Decide, Take Courage, and Act. As you know, footballers and cricketers and tennis players all have coaches to get to the best version of themselves and to achieve what they want to achieve. CEOs do the same thing. And there's a lot of work being done, or there has been a lot of work done on the return on investment in coaching. And I always say that if you're not going to get a return on the investment, then don't do it. Because you're going to be working with somebody, you're going to be giving up time, you're going to be giving up part of your precious budget. So make sure it's going to work for you. What I know for sure is that when working with a coach, you significantly increase your chances of achieving and maintaining your goals. And as I say, I use the Dream, Decide, Take Courage, and Act. And we're going to go into that a little bit more now. So the first part of my clarity and growth is the clarity side, and that's the dream in the Dream, Decide, Take Courage, and Act. And I'm going to ask you to go on a journey with me. It's going to be a shortened version of the Dream, Decide, Take Courage, and Act. You may not have a pen in front of you now, but just do it mentally, and later on go and write it down. And if you want to, I would love you to share the results and your thoughts and ideas after this session. So with clarity, what do you really want? Most people just float through life and think, oh, I'd like to do that, or I'd like to do this. But what do you really want? When you're dreaming, you can decide, you can think about and envision what it would look like, what it would feel like. What are the tastes and smells that you're going to experience? The sounds that you're going to hear. Involve your whole body. So Wilhelm and Tony Robbins both say you have to energize your goals. And really that is so true, and it's so important. The difference between, oh, I'd like a new job at the end of this year, and I am working really hard towards a brand new job, and I've learned this and I'm doing that, and I've started networking with these people, and I have been doing daily mantras, and I'm really working on it, and I know exactly where I'm going on LinkedIn to find it, are worlds apart. And that energy is what's going to keep you going. But the dream is so important. It needs to be really clear. And I use NLP, and I love the ways that we and the little processes that we use to make that dream or goal front and center and really, really clear for you. Whether it's a new client, a new job, a new city, or just a better version of yourself. Stop floating and dream, decide, take courage, and act. Okay, so the next one is the growth side. And this is where you have to decide. You have to come out of that daydreaming and make an actual decision. So in our little process, what do you want to do in the next 3 months? If you've dreamt a little bit about some things that you want to do, make a decision today, make a decision now of what you exactly want to do. And there's 2 parts to this, obviously, the big picture, which is the end result, and those feelings and emotions that you, and the achieving of the goal that you had in your dream step. But also there's the detail, and steps, some are too big and some are too small. And again, that's where working with a coach is really, really beneficial for anybody. Because yes, a coach can be an accountability partner, but they also see the situation differently from you. So they add a different perspective. And anybody who's done any coaching with me or had a conversation with me will know I never see things normally. I always have a different perspective. So think about 3 relatively big steps, and then fill it in with 3 smaller steps for each of those steps with a specific date. Get really firm about your decision. The next thing that you need, which I refer to as courage, is, you will agree, sometimes it takes so much effort to achieve a goal, or to just do that one thing that you know you should do, but you never quite get to it. So that's where I say it takes tons of courage. It's your motivation and your energy. We know that we want what we want to do, but sometimes our behavior is self-defeating. Those limiting beliefs, misaligned values, your procrastination, your fears, and we never really acknowledge them. So I encourage my clients to go into the courage chamber. And my courage chamber is a magical place because I love Harry Potter. So it has spells and wands and eyes of newt and little sprinkles of magic. And it's the support that you need, whether it's an accountability partner, examining your beliefs, working with your values and naming your fears and identifying your motivators, and just figuring out those little steps that you're going to use when you go, I don't want to do this. And you can tap into that energy from your courage chamber. The last thing that you need to do is act. Okay, you've got to take those steps. You've got to do the difficult things. You've got to keep that goal in mind. And it doesn't always sorry, I'm just making sure I'm staying on time. You've got to use your magical spells from your courage chamber, or seek the help and the courage when you need it, and keep the energy of that dream or the goal alive. And again, that's where working with clients, I know it doesn't happen like that. If it did, you wouldn't need me. But because we're human and because we want to be the most sublime version of ourselves, finding somebody to walk that path with us who sees the situation from your point of view, but also helps you to just take those steps which you might not have done or you might have backed away from is so relevant and so beneficial. So what I want you to do, if you've been dreaming and deciding and taking courage and acting, is in your mind, write it in your mind clearly now as you see it, that first step that you're going to take, write it there. And then, as I say, afterwards, share what you did with me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. And I would love to celebrate with you when you achieve it in March. Okay, so we have awareness. We need to reframe and we need to persist. And that's why remembering dream, decide, take courage and act is so important. I do a free clarity workshop every on the last Wednesday of the month. It's on Zoom, so it's easy to get to, and at 18:30. I also do one-on-one coaching, but my favorite is a 12-week clarity and growth coach, which is group coaching. So it fits a lot more people's pockets. But the benefit and the magic that comes out of that is the interaction between the people on the course. And so I often don't have to do as much work because we all have the wisdom. It's just sharing it and encouraging everybody. And so that is me. I'm Caron from Sublime Edition, and I really encourage you to become the most sublime version of yourself and come back to the real you. And my contact details are there. Thank you very, very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Caron. Wow, I did a little bit of exercise. I don't know if you can see it, but I wrote down all these things. Well, thank you very much. Please take action. Go and attend Caron's. It's a Wednesday evening, the last Wednesday of every month. There's a free session that Caron does at 18:30. Go and join that. It's already on the all the social media for Friday Club Online. Go and have a look at that and go and either phone her or you can even email her. So thank you very much, Caron, for being here today. That was really excellent. I really enjoyed listening, and I did mine. So if you'd like, go and put in the chat what yours was, and then perhaps on the Friday Club Online, maybe go and put what your action steps are so we can hold you to account. Thank you, Caron.